No, maybe I was mistaken. Alrighty, well, we'll see if Tom's got his tea and up and sitting and listening this morning. WAAGXX, WB8VMW. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Jim. Sounding good. Got to get on that porch early this morning, and yeah, JJ and Dick were both in there, so catch those next. You have a great one. Sounding good. WB8VMW, WAGXX.
All righty, Tom. Yeah, we'll give him another call here a little bit later. All righty, Elmer. Got to get on down the list here. KE8HNK, WB8VMW. How's the neighborhood and yard doing this morning?
Good morning, Jim. Good morning, rest of the listeners. Sorry I was missed yesterday. I actually heard you call my call sign, but I was actually somewhat semi-asleep. One of the main reasons was I had family members that I had to see off on the trip. They left at 3 a.m., so that was a really early morning for me. I was up at 2:30, and of course I kind of just stayed up. My philosophy is I can't go back to bed right away, so I laid down on the net, heard you call me, and I just couldn't muster up the strength to get up. So I'm here, Jim, and everything's going pretty good. Getting ready for the day. I'm going to spend the day with the grandbaby, so it's going to be a fun day. So, all righty. Well, thank you very much, Jim. K8HK. Back over to WB8VMW.
All righty, Elmer. Yeah, kids are fun. When they're early, they're a little poop machine. And then they get a little bit older and, they want to run around. But they're always huggable. So hug them every chance you get. Alrighty, I heard you this morning, Craig, so we'll say good morning again. AAHCT, WB8VMW.
WB8VMW, good morning, Jim. I'm glad to hear you up and about. And, wow, I think that's fantastic with John taking a couple extra steps. Wow, everybody's pulling for you, John. Just know that. As Jim said, don't try and do it too soon. Do it when you feel like it's right. Yeah, good morning to all the Barometer Netters out there, and have a beautiful day. As I said earlier, that moonset this morning was fantastic. And the sunrise on the other direction is, all of a sudden, it was clear this morning, and all of a sudden I had about 15 minutes of hazy fog that dropped down and kind of gave a, I don't know, you would want to call it a little bit of a rainbowish look around the sun. So with that, I'm going to turn it back to you. Thank you for being our Sergeant at Arms, and it was good. I got to talk to Richard for a little bit this morning, and that was good as well. So this is AAHCT back to WB8VMW. Thank you for all that you do, Jim, and 73s, and we'll be listening.
W8WKY.
All righty, Greg. Well, always nice to have you standing behind me. And with Nick, standing there with his toes out from under the curtain there, we can tell he's there. All righty, Craig, you take care. Yeah, we'll see if Randy. Well, this is Saturday, so I don't know if he cooks breakfast and then gets all the dogs in his lap or not. But we'll find out what his routine is on Saturday. KDA CFH WB8VMW. Good morning, Randy.
KD8ZSH. Morning, Jim. No, routine stays the same. Breakfast is done. Right now, 0 dogs in my lap, so everybody's all sacked out in different places in the living room. Hope your Saturday is turning out pretty good. Ours is starting out okay, and can't complain. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Back to you, Jim.
Jim, November 8 Whiskey Bravo, would you pick up Dick? He said this is his last time. He's been trying to get you like over and over. He's really low power, so grab him real quick, please. Thank you.
Yeah, I heard him in there a couple of times. I tried to go back to him, but how about it, Dick? We'll give it another try. A little staticky, but go ahead. We're waiting for you. Dick. Well, we got some of that. I did. I'll tell you, with your low power and my antenna just sitting here beside me, somebody out there has got a lot of better ears than I do. But I heard you in there, and hopefully you can get things rearranged so that we can get a better copy on you. We love to hear from you every morning if you can. And we'll make breaks for you. If we know you're in there, we'll definitely make a break for you. Alrighty, well, I'm going to go ahead with my list, so you take care, and we'll be listening for you. WB8 VMW. Alrighty, well, let's go the Outlanders now. K5 CFY, WB8 VMW.
WBA, VMW, K5, CFY. Good morning, Jim, and all the other netizens out there. Fred got me up an hour early, and I didn't even realize that I was off that much. We did our walk and came back and didn't hear anybody out there, and I was wondering what was going on, and I finally looked at the clock, and I was an hour early. So anyway, we've been up for a while, but good to hear you in there, Jim. Hope everybody has a great weekend. It's pretty warm. It's already 80 degrees here in northeast Oklahoma. We're supposed to get up near 100 again. But anyway, good to hear you, Jim. Good to hear the old goat in there. So I'll say 73, everybody, but I'll be listening. K5, CFY. Back to you, Jim.
All righty, Ray. Well, that reminds me one morning, or 1 year when I was younger. I was down at my grandpa's down in Arkansas, and the first day there, we was talking about the good hunting area. So we all went to bed, and I thought, I want to get up early. I want to get out there. Well, I went to sleep, and I got up, and I said, oh, yeah, this is just right. So I got my clothes on, got my gun, went down the lane. I said, man, oh, man, it's still pretty dark. Come to find out, I was 4 hours too early. I had to go back to the house and get in a rocking chair and take a nap before I could go back out again. All righty, Ray, you and Fred take care. KI5OZZ, good morning, Nancy. This is the beginning of the weekend. Don't have to get nobody up. Well, maybe Nancy slept in too. Well, that's all right. All righty, we'll see how Rod and Wendy's doing. Okay, W8JAX, see if we got the short straw this morning. WB8, BMW looking.
Well, hey, good morning there, Jim. You did get the short straw. W8JAX, along with Miss Wendy and Miss Lucy, are on the walk with me this morning here. We are portable pedestrians under mostly cloudy skies. We just had a shower down here probably about a half an hour ago or so. And but anyway, we're having a nice walk out here. I just scared the Inhinga bird. I don't know if you know what that is. It's a strange bird. It actually fishes under the water, and but it can fly like a normal bird. But it submerses itself under the water and swims under there for the longest while and gets fish. Comes up, you can see it come up, and it's got a big fish in its mouth, and it takes some effort sometimes to swallow it, but he gets it down. So it's a really cool bird to see. I've never seen them up north, but they're down here. So anyway, enough of that rambling on. Almost net time here. I'll send it back your way. Jim, thanks for giving us a call. WHAX, Portable Pedestrian.
Well, I have never seen one up close. I've seen one on one of the channels in frequency, or some of the programs there. But it's like a cormorant, They dive under and go after fish, and the Chinese use them to go down and get fish, and they got a ring around their neck so they can't swallow them. They catch them fish, make them spit them back up. All righty. Well, let me see. We're sort of running out of time, so I want to say good morning to N8YMY John and WB6BJN Mark. But I don't have time to chit-chat. If they're up, they can check in the official net. And I'll give one call to KA8MNT, Tom, see if he's doing okay. How about it, Tom? For a quickie, you doing okay?
W8WKY.
Yeah, Tom went through a couple hard spots. My niece put his jump starter and everything in his chest, and it's nice to see somebody that they work on. And all righty, well, I'm running off at the face here, and I should be getting ready to get Stefan in here. NAWB, WB8, BMW. How about it, Stefan? It is now 7 o'clock, and I'll turn it over to you, and you can make it official, because I probably left a couple guys out there hanging. I'm glad I got to get a little chat with the goat. But I'll turn it over to you, Stefan. You make it legal. WB8 BMW, sitting and listening.
WB8 BMW, November 8, Whiskey Bravo. Good morning, Jim. Good morning to the group. By the way, you did not forget N8 YMY. He actually was third, or he was actually seventh before you checked in. So he was already there. The other mark, I'm not sure. We got all three marks, but the other mark, I'm not sure who that is. But they can check in, and then a little bit later, I'll tell you the story of our newest ham, Doug. I'll give you that story in a bit. Give me 1 second, and I'll roll the preamble. CQ. This is November 8th, Whiskey Bravo calling CQ for the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, Saturday, Barometer Net. I'll be your net control this morning. My name is Stefan, Sierra Tango Echo Papa Hotel Echo November. And my call sign is November 8 Whiskey Bravo. Our repeater call sign is W8WKY. This is a control net, and all traffic must pass through net control. Emergency traffic may break into this net at any time. Sarah meets on this repeater every morning, 7 a.m. except for Sundays. This net is open to all licensed amateurs, and any amateur is encouraged to check in and join us. The PO tone for this repeater is 114 Mark 8. Also, good morning to all of our listeners, no matter where you are located. I'm going to send it back to Jim for his last hurrah before I read off the list of the people that I already have, which amounts to about 22 of us. So let me send it back to you, Jim, and see how you're doing, instead of doing the rambling check-in thing, and then you'll pass it back to me. I'll read off our big list, and then I'll take any mobile short time or anybody else, and I'll give you a couple heads up about some really cool stuff that happened in our last BE session in this week. WB8, VMW, W8, WKY. Jim, you are up, my friend.
Alrighty, Stefan. Well, I don't have much plans for today. If something pops up, I'll take care of it. Maybe my daughter will come over and visit. I don't know. But I'm glad that I got good weather for the balloon festival out there in Wadsworth, the airport. And hope everybody has a great time and everything goes exactly as planned. But maybe with a couple little mistakes, because if everything goes perfect, you don't remember it very well. But if something slightly goes haywire to make a memory, then you always remember that. So I hope if there's any memories to be made out there, are happy ones. Alrighty, Stefan, I want to head for the kitchen and get my day started. So probably take a nap, so that I can rest up to face the rest of the day. So everybody, be safe, stay well, and all of you travelers out there, be careful. We'll turn it over to Net, 7-3s, stay safe, stay well, back to Net.
WB8, BMW, W8, WKY, we do appreciate you, Jim, being here every morning. Don't know how you do it, man, but I guess you do it. So just remember, like my great-grandmother used to tell my grandfather, put your shotgun away. Them's not birds. Them's balloons, because today is the balloon festival. So if you got bad eyesight, like I do without glasses, please put those away. It's not hunting season. Those are balloons, and they're pretty ones, too. Anyways, I'll be using NetLogger this morning. If you'd like to install, it's at netlogger.org. No affiliation, but boys, you'll see our net right now if you have NetLogger installed, and you look for Barometer Net. You will, and we have a really cool AIM window where you can text us back and forth during nets and tell me you want on the log and that kind of stuff. All right, we're going to do check-ins for the Saturday morning Barometer Net. Before I do that, let me do a really quick list. We had WB8 BMW, our pack leader for the mornings of the Barometer Net, getting everybody involved. A8 CT Craig, KD8 ZSH Randy, KD8 SLG Nick. He actually texted me on the AIM window and said he's going back to bed, so wish him a very merry sleep. K8 AMX, we had Dick there. Appreciate hearing you, Dick. Good to hear you. WV3K Phil, N8 YMY John, W8 GXX Tom, K8 SFS Mark, N8 WS Bill, K8 PMI Phil, KB8 TPQ Ron, AC8 AT John, K8 MMY Chris, K4OG Mark, KC8FQV Mark, N9TNJJ, KE8HNK Elmer, K5CFY Ray. Heard one of your nets while I was traveling down to Bill's this week. Tried to check in on the Mortem Breaker, but apparently you didn't hear me, but that's okay. That's okay. It was a busy net. I heard it while I was driving to NAWS. And Judy, W8JX and K8JX, Rod and Wendy. And now we're going to take some check-ins for the Saturday morning net. If you already heard your name on the log, you don't have to call me out. I will get to you in a little bit. But I'll take check-ins. I'd like you to give me your call sign phonetically and alphanumerically. Please call W8WKY. Please alphanumerically and phonetically, all in a row. And that helps me get them on the log. Good morning to all of our listeners, and taking check-ins, let me know if you're mobile, short time, or in and out. If you already heard your name, you don't have to unless you want to check in and tell me you need to move further up the list, but I will bounce around on the list knowing short timers. Good morning, everyone. Check-ins, please.
NAWB, this is WE8, WIZ, Whiskey Echo 8, Whiskey India Zulu, Bob, in and out.
KE8, UKZ, this is Alan, mobile, in and out.
Alpha Bravo 8, Mike Oscar, ABHMO, Andy in Newberry.
KF8, ERZ, TJ in West Virginia. I'll be in and out. It's Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Romeo Zulu.
Kilo Alpha 8, Mike November Tango, Tom in Canton. I'll be in and out this morning.
Shannon in Tulsa, in and out. Going to bed. Everyone have a great day.
Tulsa call, if you could. Tulsa call. Give me that call sign again. You doubled it. I got K8 MNT, so no worries there. But whoever that Tulsa was, give me your call sign one more time.
Kilo Charlie 5, Romeo Bravo Golf. KC5, Real Big Guns, Shannon in Tulsa. I'll be in and out. I'm going to bed. Everyone have a great day.
Roger, continue with any check-ins. Let me know if you're in and out mobile or short time. I got the list already, but I will read that off in just a little bit. But any other check-ins, please call. All right, nothing heard. Let me read the list of people that I have. WE8, WIZ, Bob. Down there in Norton, which, as you know, that's his moniker. But got to see Bob last night on a Friday night. It's always great. And his driveway is always open, let me tell you, on Friday nights. KE8, UKZ, Alan, appreciate that. Mobile in and out. Bob was in and out as well. AB8MO, Andy, appreciate that. I'll get back to you in a little bit. KF8, ERZ, I'll plug you into the next logger in a minute and get your name. I didn't hear that, but appreciate you checking it. K8, MNT was in and out. Appreciate that. Tom, KC5, RBG, Shannon, we do appreciate that as well. All right, I am going to move really quick because I know that they're really short time most of the time. I'm going to move over to W8JAX and K8JX. Rod and Wendy, good morning, my friends. I just had a good friend of mine from up here move down there to do the snowbird thing, but he bought a house recently, and he wanted to get down there a little earlier this year instead of going down in the late fall or early winter. And his name is TC Biggs. He's down there in Lake Placid, Florida. So that's where he's at, and gonna miss him. He was a member of my church and several other things, my life group as well. But good morning, Rod and Wendy. You are up, my friends.
Well, good morning there, Stefan, and to all on the net here this morning. This is W8JAX, along with K8JAX and Miss Lucy, K9LUCY, on our walk this morning. And we've got 74 degrees starting out here in Jacksonville this morning. And yeah, when you mentioned the snowbird there, I thought, wow, that's an early snowbird departure for Florida. But I guess he wants to get down there a little early. So yeah, I'm sure you miss your friend there coming down to Florida for the winter. Anyway, we got mostly cloudy skies down here, Stefan. And hopefully, though, we'll have a break in the clouds to see the Falcon 9 rocket launch from Cape Kennedy. In fact, I'm going to text Gary here shortly to let him aware that in about 2 hours that Falcon 9 rocket will be taking off. So he certainly will be able to see it unless it's cloudy for him as well. With that, I'll turn it back to Net. Everyone have a great weekend. WHJAX, Portable Pedestrian.
WAAJX and KAJX, we do appreciate you, and K9, LUCY, we appreciate the whole entire group there. So thank you so much for always being here. And I saw on the emails that you did the net this week, or you're planning to do the net a couple times from down there in Florida. So that's awesome. See, it's the beauty of Clear Node, or however you get into Allstar. That's what I've been telling people about. All right, let me run up to the top of our list, get the guy who was tickling the tubes for a while before Jim got on, and see if AAHCT is still around. W8WKY. Craig, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here today.
W8WKY. Good morning, Stefan. Yes, I'm still around. I'm kind of like a bad penny. I just keep turning up. I don't know. That moon set this morning was absolutely stunning, and so I'm glad that I did get up. And to all the Barometer Netters out there, I hope you all have a beautiful day, and just think that it's Saturday, so that means tomorrow's Sunday, and that's even better. But thank you for giving me a call back, and I'm going to slide to the side so that you can continue down the list. The list all of a sudden got kind of long this morning, and that's wonderful. So with that, I hope that all the barometers try and make somebody smile, and you know what? It'll make you feel better, too. With that, I'm going to turn it back to W8WKY Stefan, and this is AAHCT. I'll be listening on the side. Thank you, my friend, in 73s.
AAHCT, W8WKY, we do appreciate you being here, Craig. Thank you so much for always helping out, and good signal from down there in Shreve, Ohio. Shreve. I used to go there as a kid. I love that place. And I know a good friend of ours, Jerry, is down there, too. All right, KD8, ZSH, W8WKY. Brandy, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here this morning.
KD8 ZSH. Morning, Stefan. Morning, everybody. Well, looks like a pretty good Saturday today. Got some sunshine peeking in through the windows. Hopefully the weekend's going to be good for everybody else, too. Not much to say. Just wanted to say hi and hope everybody, like I said, has a really great weekend. This is KD8 ZSH Clear. Back to Net. 73s, everybody.
KD8 ZSH, W8WKY. We do appreciate you, Randy. Thanks for checking in, and thanks for being with us all the time. I'm going to jump around just a little bit because I want to see if I can grab a couple of people before they check out. And Phil, I'll be right back with you in a minute, K8PMI. But N9TN, in case you're still there, JJ. It's been a long time, but I did hear you get in there. N9TN, W8WKY, if you're still here. All right, didn't hear him, but move it over to my fellow Saturday morning Barometer Net Saturday guy. KPMI, haven't heard you in so long. I did one of your nets too, but you knew that. And you haven't been on the air in a long time, but now you're back, I guess. I hear you. So KPMI, W8WKY. Phil, it's great to have you here this morning.
W8NB. This is K8PMI. Yeah, I'm just drinking my coffee out here on the back porch. Yeah, I had a couple camping trips over the last couple weekends, and just enjoying the weather in the summertime. So yeah, radio took a little bit of a backseat, but I'm back here. I got a couple things in September. Hopefully it doesn't conflict. If not, you'll get the call or Rod, and because there's not many of us that take Saturdays, but it's a lot of fun, and you're doing a great job. So other than that, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and everybody have a great day. 73, this is K8PMI.
K8PMI, W8WKY, we do appreciate you being here, Phil. Thank you so much for running the channels on the 1st and 3rd and any 5th Saturdays that there are. Speaking of that, the reason I was inducted for Saturdays, because our fellow I'm going to screw up his call sign, W8UA, Javen, indoctrinated me into doing Saturdays on the 2nd and 4th Saturdays, and I just had lunch with him this week, which was nice to see him. We had lunch down in Wadsworth, down over at the Valley Cafe. So I believe that was Wednesday we had lunch, but I'd have to look at my calendar. That's not important, but it was good to see Javen. Haven't seen him in a while, and yeah, it was nice to hang out with him for a little bit, see how he's doing over there at working with his uncle, or for his uncle, which we'll get up to in just a little bit, KB8 TPQ. So I'll get to you in just a minute there, Ron. But let me see if, I don't know if Dick's still listening, but I want to make sure that if he wasn't, he knows that he's loved. K8AMX, W8WKY. All right, he must have checked out, so we'll go down the order of our list, and we'll get to a couple people soon. But let me throw TPQ up here really quick. KB8, TPQ, W8, WKY. Ron, it's great to have you this morning. Like I said, I did see Javen this week, so it was nice hanging out with him across the street from where he hangs out as his job. So you're up, my friend.
N8 Whiskey Bravo. This is KB8 TPQ. Good morning, Stefan, and all the netizens and the listeners in. Yeah, we really appreciate Javen. Glad you had the opportunity to spend some time with him. Yeah, Wadsworth is a pretty busy place nowadays. We've worked pretty diligently the last few years and building up the foot traffic and building up businesses along the main street there. And I'm glad you could come in and enjoy a lunch there at the Valley Cafe. Yeah, just a reminder, Balloons Over Wadsworth today. Festivities start at 3, and should be a wonderful time. The weather really looks like it's going to cooperate. 24 balloons. A couple of them will be shaped balloons, and hopefully everybody comes in, everything's safe, and has an enjoyable time. There's a couple bands, things for the kids, just a real nice community festivities. So thanks again, Stephen, for your interest in Wadsworth and also for being our good MC here on Barometer Net. KB8 TPQ, back to net control.
KB8 TPQ, W8 WKY, we do appreciate you, Ron, being here every morning. Regardless if you're on that exercise bike or not, we do appreciate you. And we actually talked about that, Javen and I, when we were over there at the Valley Cafe. I said, you know, whenever I hear him on Saturdays, he's always just starting the exercise bike or just ending it or something like that. But we had a good time talking and stuff. So it's been a while since I got to see him. And yeah, so very, very good week. Had a lot of good talks this week. As a matter of fact, got to see NAWS and Judy several times at the Norris Luncheon and at their house. So that was really, really cool. I'm going to see, he's in next to the log anyways. When we go down, he's number 6. I heard him check in really early, but let me see if he's still here. WV3K, I'm sorry, yes, WV3K, W8, WKY. Phil, if you're still there, you are up, my friend. It's great to have you here this morning.
WB, this is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Hello, Stefan. Wonderful to hear your voice as well. Wow, been a while. This has been, this past week, kind of really heavy with the loss of Quasar, and now trying to do the best we can here to take care of Bea, who's the little sister, and she's showing signs of feeling bad about not seeing her brother and not understanding why. So anyway, other than that, I've been recovering from that too. I had kind of a little rough emotional disturbance from the heartache behind it, and that's like with anyone that gets attached to their little pawpaw friends. So other than that, I'm back together, getting things accomplished here at the home front, and going to do some work on a tractor and get a cutoff switch there because I'm pulling 790 milliamps on the tractor when the key ignition is switched off, and power is plugged up to the computer that's always wanting to toggle and work with the battery and play with it. So I'm going to put a cutoff switch with a amp clamp and find out which wire I need to cut and extend to the control panel. So other than that, I got a few things to do, and I got some work to do on the car as well. It's got to go into the shop. So, oh, by the way, I'm going to take a break for time, please. I wanted to ask you, I'm really happy that you were able to do what you did for Saturday. That was just fantastic, getting really a serious, good set of selected people for our test sessions for the couple of people that came in. I hope more than 2 came in, but if not, always worth it, even if it's just one. So anyway, I wanted to ask you if you could please send me the link that you have been speaking of so that I might get myself started to read through it and get myself together to be registered with the ARRL and for the needs of the being a part of the BE team in that regards with the digital tools that are becoming required. I take it that from what I read that you had written that this last session, though it was said to be mentioned to be on the digital tool function, that they actually work with the old cards again for one last time. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But anyway, I'm looking forward to getting myself prepared for this and get on the computer and being able to understand what I need to do to make this work and be useful to the team. So with that, Stefan, thank you very much for all that you're doing. My goodness, it's so wonderful to have you. I'm really happy to hear about Javen, that he has finally finished school, and congratulations to him. And I hope things go well for his future, and I'm sure they will. He's a pretty bright kid. So anyway, with that, Stefan, I'm going to pass it back off over to you again. Thank you so very much for calling me. It was nice hearing your voice. God bless you, my friend, and keep going on. You're the spark in our life to keep us in track and help us find the joy of serving others, and that is really what it's all about. N8 Whiskey Bravo. This is N8 Whiskey Bravo. This is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, and I will be clear. 7-3, and God bless, my friend.
WV3K, W8WKY, we do appreciate being here, Phil. Yeah, we'll get in touch with everybody. There's going to be an email coming out soon to all the VEs. I actually was getting a poll set up on our website to send out for everybody moving over to exam tools, so I'm going to get that out this week. beginning of this week, probably Monday or Tuesday. And then once everybody answers that, we'll give them a week to answer that. Then we'll send out another set of emails. But I need to get a count of everybody. But exam tools, if you're already signed up for ARRL, you don't have to do any of that. That's already there. It's just getting everybody on board to exam tools and things like that. We did have 2 people, and that's fine. I would do it for 1 person. So, but we had 2 people. We had a brand new ham, and the brand new ham was Doug Smith, and he's down in LaGrange, and I uploaded all the information to ARRL on Saturday, right after the net, the 2 people that I had, and scanned everything, sent it on up, and by Monday morning, he paid his fees, and Tuesday, he was licensed. His call sign is KF8 ESF. So if you hear him online at all, maybe not right now you'll hear him, but he may be listening. He has an HT. That was the first thing he bought. He wants to see if he can find stuff. He is going to put an antenna on his roof soon, and then he's going to be doing some ham stuff. Good gentleman. He and his wife and his sister-in-law all live on the one property, and it's fantastic the stuff that he does. He's just one of those guys who you got to talk to and find out the neat stuff. Just neat stuff. The whole family's a beautiful family. So I want to say thanks, Doug. He actually came to the Doors luncheon, which was Tuesday. I gave him a quick call. He just got his call sign, and he headed over. And boy, did we have a great time. Everybody was talking with he and his wife, and it was just beautiful, beautiful. All right. That being said, I'm going to just jump real quick and see if AC8AT is still here. I know usually he's going back to bed, but if you're still here, John, AC8AT, W8WKY, it's great to have you here this morning. If not, I'm going to move to another John.
Good morning, Stefan. I'm here enough to say good morning to you real quick. And thanks for doing such a good job on the net. Back to net control. Best of 73s to the entire gang. AC8AT.
AC8AT, W8WKY, we do appreciate you, John, being here, and I love the news that you gave Jim about, I think it was 39 steps, 39 or 36, but I'm hoping it was 39, but I'm glad to hear that. Even if it was 3, trust me, I've seen I've seen how important that is, even with 3 steps. Yep, I've seen that. That's a great story. Thank you, my friend. Great to have you here this morning. I wasn't lying. Heading over to the other John, who's next on the list, number 7 at 8, YMY, W8WKY. John, you are up, my friend, from down there in Waynesburg. It's great to have you here this morning.
N8WB, this is N8YMY. Well, we're not in Waynesburg right now. We're actually sitting in the parking lot of one of our favorite local restaurants right here in Canton. We got 3 games at the ball field today. They're starting a little bit later, so we're going in a little later. And we feel a little weird here this morning because we missed the pre-net, the pre-net, and the net yesterday because we took a road trip out to Rogers Flea Market with a load of somebody else's treasures and tried to make a little money on it. So we had a good time doing that. But no, we're just working our way into work this morning. I think we've got three senior men's baseball league games today to take care of. So with that, Stefan, you're doing a great job. It's a beautiful day. Everybody get out and enjoy the day. And the bunch of you that are up towards Wadsworth, go up there and watch them balloons today. And we'll talk to you soon. 7 3s and 8 YMY. John, clear with you.
YMY, W8WKY, we do appreciate you being here, John. Thank you so much. Yeah, that should be a good triple header kind of thing. Three different games going on. Man, that's going to be great. Awesome. And then the Balloon Fest today in Wadsworth. And my good friend, I actually saw this last Sunday. Went to the picnic for a good friend of mine from Redemption Center. His name is Jim Tonkar. His son is, he's a worship leader at Redemption Center, and then his son and daughter-in-law are worship leader, one of the worship leaders of my church, Grace on 18 in Medina. But I've known Jim Tonkar since I was in my 20s. I'm not in my 20s anymore, but I've known him that long. But he does something on one of the side stages. He still does audio for one of the side stages. So if you're down at the Wadsworth Balloon Fest, you see an old guy with a pair of headphones on, working one of the music things at the side stage, that's probably Jim Tonkart. Tap on the shoulder, tell him you know me, and then he'll punch you in the face because you told him you know me. I kid. But Jim has been a good friend of mine for years. Done a lot of shows with him and a lot of other things. Praise God for that. WA8GXX, WA8WKY. Tom, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here this morning.
Good morning, Stefan. Sounding good. Thanks for being there, and try to enjoy the day. It's going to be a nice one, and makes it nice when they have these kind of days for the Balloon Fest. Balloons were wild right there. Yeah, seen a couple last evening. Unfortunately, we were looking towards the sun when they were in view, but real good. You have a good one. NAWB, WA8GXX.
WA8GXX, WA8WKY. We do appreciate you being here, Tom. Thank you so much. Yeah, Randy, KEATLB, sent me a picture yesterday. I don't know what time of day that was. I think it was morning, because usually he texts me first thing in the morning, and when he texted me, let me see when that was, 7:04 yesterday morning, he had 5 of them floating above the trees where he works, because he works out there by Rittman. So he had 5 of those balloons floating right above the trees. He took a few shots for me, so you letting us know. And also, it's going to be a great day. It is a great day. It's a wonderful day. Any day that God makes is a great day. But hey, glad you're here. I'm going to quickly look and see really fast to make sure that everybody here, and I'm going to really throw this real quick out because I don't know how long he's going to be here, but K5. Oh, by the way, NAJET. Bill checked in and out on the AIM window, so I want to say thank you for that, Bill. Appreciate that, and next time you're around, hang out for a little bit, but we appreciate you checking in and out, too. We do. I'm going to see if K5, CFY, WA8WKY is still here. Ray, you're up, my friend, if you are. It's great to have you here this morning. I heard the boredom breaker net going to the NAWS's Judy's house, but for some reason I just couldn't check in. I don't remember what time of day it was. It was afternoon. It was about 2:30, something like that. But anyways, you're up, Ray. It's good to have you. Well, maybe Ray didn't hear. Maybe he checked out, but we do appreciate him always being there. I marked him on the NH side of the net logger, which is not heard. So if we hear you once and I don't hear you again, I mark you with the yellow strip. So if you're ever in the netlogger.org, really cool program, just grab it. It's not just us that use it. The reason that it was originally created was for one of the award nets who created it, who wrote it. So you can go in there, and now Netlogger is used by all kinds of people. I've been using it for more years than I can count. And it's a great piece of software. So it's for Mac, Windows, or Linux. So if you got it, get it. All right, K8SFS, W8WKY. Mark, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here this morning.
Stephanie and everybody. And, I just lost my weather. Well, it's 64 degrees today. And it's going to be mostly sunny today. So it's going to be a nice day today. And for the Balloon Festival. The wind, it's 6 miles per hour southwest. So, you know, those guys who fly the balloon, they gotta watch what the wind is doing. It can blow that balloon way off course. So, you know, it don't happen that way. Hope they fly good. Gas price is $2.59 to $2.79 all around Wadsworth. Let me drop that for a bit. Yeah, I've been doing pretty good and everything. And listening to you guys talking and everything. And I have something on my mind I was going to say. I can't remember what I was going to tell you guys. But that shows how old people get. You know, I'm 73 now and can't remember things or everything no more like I used to. But other than that, doing okay. It'll hit me, watch, right after I get done talking. But other than that, that's pretty much all I got to say and everything. And so I'll give it back to you, Stephanie, to run the net good. Here at the Serapauto, sir.
K8SFS, W8WKY, we do appreciate you being here, Mark. Thank you so much for that early morning check-in. I heard when Craig was rousing up the list before Jim got on, so do appreciate that. And Mark's out there in Wadsworth, and don't forget, everybody, that the Wadsworth Balloon Fest is today, which is really, really cool. You know, I'm waiting to invest in a hot air balloon, but I don't want to lose my life savings to inflation. Hi. Okay. All right, N8WS, W8WKY. Bill and Judy, it was good seeing you both this week. A couple times, once at the North Lunch and once at your house. And then, if I can make it, next Tuesday for the West Park Radio Ups, the original club that I first joined. First club that I was ever in amateur radio. But Bill, go ahead. You're up, my friend. It's great to have you.
Quite a bit from what it was. My sunrise 6:32, my sunset 8:37. Like today, 14 hours, 5 minutes. I got 64 degrees this morning. Humidity 90%. Wind speed south at 3. Barometer 3018. 2.61 degrees and going up. Visibility 10 miles. Prediction for today is sunny with a high near 88. South winds 5 to 8 miles an hour. It's going to be a hot one. Solar flux indices at 148. Sunspot number 177. Second day in a row, the sunspot number is higher than the solar flux indicator. A is 22. That's not good. K is 5. Geomagnetic field is minimum storm. East get predicted on 4 meters. I don't know. I don't think we have 4 meters yet. Trapo could be between a 1 and a 2 depending on where you live in Ohio. Spaceweather.com. Geomagnetic storms to
W.
Geomagnetic storming is expected to continue on August 9th as Earth's magnetic field revibrates from a CME strike on August 8th. It's just a glancing blow, so all of the storm activity so far has been minor G1 class geomagnetic storms. High latitude observers should stay alert for auroras, although they may be hard to see in the full moonlight. And what does a percent meteor shower sound like? That's pretty neat. Currently, there's 12 sunspot groups on the sun. Let me break for time. It'll reset everything, too. I went to the Balloon Festival one time, but I got to tell you, it's been a while ago, and I don't remember where it was. I was kind of new out here back then. And at the time, the family went. My son's wife and her family invited us to go there, so we went. was a lot of fun. It's kind of spectacular to see it at night, all lit up. Also, if you saw the moon maybe 30 minutes before it set, you'd have realized it was a larger moon than what it's supposed to be, but that's an optical illusion. But it was spectacular. So try it again tomorrow morning. Get up and see the moon before it sets. It'll look a whole lot bigger. Okay, back to you, Stefan. N8WB, N8WS 73, everyone. Enjoy the weekend.
N8WS, W8WKY. Great seeing you, Bill, this week and hearing you. Yeah, there was some chatter in the window, the AIM window, but I believe what your beginning of your transmission was really garbled, and then all of a sudden it cleared up. So it might be just the radio heated up or something. I don't know. But I saw it this week, and it was that other one. You weren't on the old 897, so I forgot what the model of that Yaesu was. But for whatever reason, it was really scrambled eggs kind of thing at the very beginning, maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and then all of a sudden it cleared up the rest of it. So, yeah, it's good to have you here, Bill. Like I said, it was good to see you. I hope to stop down to you guys again in the not-so-distant future, because it was good seeing you at Norris as well. All right, so let me go see if K8HMK is still here. W8WKY, Elmer, if you're still here, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here this morning.
KE8HNK, good morning. Phil, good morning, rest of the listeners. Yeah, I'm still here. Last weekend I wasn't here. I was in Toledo for the Toledo Jeep Fest. It was an awesome time to been had. Having a 98 Jeep Wrangler TJ, it was a little bit of a challenge to drive it up there. Not going to go into full detail, but when it was rebuilt, it was not done right by the shop. So me and the son wound up having to redo a lot of work on it. One of the things that happened was we had the differential had a bad pinion gear, and fortunately it wasn't bad enough to stop us from going up there, but it was definitely one of the things we wound up taking the back roads. We took Route 18 up to 20 and then 20 into Toledo, and of course it went fine, performed flawlessly, and didn't use that much gas. So I think we're just going to use that route from now on out. But other than that, that's just about it. Just kind of still missing the Jeep Fest. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to next year. We're already planning it. They give us some really nice gifts, a planner and a thing to lay over your hood if you're working on your car. So that's just about it there. I called you Phil. It's Stefan. I'm sorry about that. I'm still working my way through a cup of coffee and a headache. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to you, K8HNK, back over to Net Control.
K8HNK, W8WKY. We appreciate you being here, Elmer. That's okay if you call me Phil or anybody else. My name is one of those names where nobody can get it right because everybody looks at it and says it the way that everybody else says it. So it's S-T-E-P-H-E-N, but everybody says Stephen, but I pronounce it Stefan. But no reason to worry because I always tell people I don't care what you call me as long as you write it correctly on the check. K8MMY, W8WKY. Chris, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here this morning. Well, I forgot about that. K8MMY is actually down there at the North Ridgeville Corn Fest. You thought Lodi had a corn fest. Well, North Ridgeville's got a load of corn. And a good friend of ours also who lives down in North Ridgeville, because I believe it is a NORS event, president of NORS, John, W8YLO, LYO, my apologies, was one of our upline bosses at Tracy, and he just retired. So always good to see John. So hope that corn fest goes well. In case anybody's monitoring here, save some corn for us, okay? That's all I'm saying. Save some corn for us. That's my moniker, and I'm sticking with it. K4OG, W8WKY. Mark, you're up, my friend. Great to have you here this morning.
W8WKY, NTAD, no, you're November 8 Whiskey Bravo. Sorry, Stefan. Yeah, man, I got two radios, one in the dining room and one in the bedroom. We're just making the bed and making it all right. Got to do some vacuuming and last-minute touch-ups, take out the trash. Then we'll be headed to Kentucky. I'm hearing about the Balloon Festival. I might have missed, I think there's a fox hunt today or tomorrow. Brian, KFHG, putting it on. 3 foxes, I think. That would be a spectacular fox hunt. I want to get in on one of those sometime. Anyway, man, you're a natural, Stephen. You sound great on the net. Love always hearing you. K4OG, back to Stephen.
K4OG, WAWKY, we do appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words. You know, I was thinking about getting a job on a hot air balloon, but I heard it has its highs and lows. Crickets. That's what it is. Crickets. All right. Travelers, my friend, and we'll talk when you get back. Yeah, I saw that, the fox hunt thing, but, you know, I can't do them every month. I'd love to, and I want to be the fox the next time we do it, because I got some ideas where I want to hide it. But, yeah, I heard about it. It was just, like, too quick for me to even get that involved, because I had my schedule's pretty head. Couple months or whatever, and I'm working my church this weekend, so both days, Saturday, Sunday, my friends, safe travel by Mr. KC8, FQEWA, the other Mark, you're up, my friend. Great to have you this morning.
All right, KCFQV. Yeah, we're gonna come through the Newberry machine. So, yeah. Good net. A lot of people in there today. Well, but yeah, yesterday I went to the doctor and he said, well, we did some adjustments and yeah, I am already seeing the one. I'm going to watch this one to see. Well, we'll wait a day or two and leave to see if the pump does its thing, you know, because it's supposed to be the brain. It's going to be very interesting now to see how AI works with some of the stuff. The thing I have, as a matter of fact, well, right now I know it's not sending it to the computer, to the server, the CGM numbers, but because the app's not on, I don't know, for some reason it's not on. But interesting, all these updates that keep coming. And that, and there was something that you guys are talking about. Well, the balloons, yeah, there's so many different modes of transportation and so many different things people can do. You know, it's just amazing. You know, I don't know why people say their life is boring. There's so much out there to do. It's interesting to hear, you know, hopefully Javen. Yeah, Javen. It's interesting to hear where all varying people work and that. I don't know where he's at. I looked and seen where the diner was at. There's a lot of diners and a lot of places to eat right in Wadsworth when you start looking. But other than that, I don't know what I'm going to do today. I know I go to my brother's later on, and I got to see if the Norris luncheons today. I'll have to take a look. But we'll send it back your way, Stefan. So, KCFQV.
KC8FQV WAWKY. We do appreciate you being here, my friend. Out there in Wadsworth, works for his uncle, Ron, KCPQ. And the Norris luncheon today is at the Winking Lizard Tavern in Lakewood, Ohio. So look up the Winking Lizard in Lakewood on Detroit Avenue, and they usually start there around 11:30. Here to get a spot at the table, and I think you're going to have a great time if you go down there. I like the Tuesday one. I did go to the Saturday one a couple times, but I have not been able to get to the Saturday one because my Saturdays get really busy. But other than that, yeah, it's pretty cool that they have that. Sarah should do well. We have the Breakfast Morning Club on Saturdays, but we don't have like a weekly one. Maybe I'll look into doing that or something. Get somebody to do something like that because it would be good to see other amateurs from other clubs as well. AB8MO, W8WKY, Andrew. Down there in Burton, which I got to run down there soon to visit my friends down in Burton, Ken and Ruthie Burnett, because I got to pick some maple syrup up to send it over to New Jersey. Andy, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here today. AB8MO.
Okay, N8WB from AB8MO. All right, I am up kind of early. Earlier than I thought. I set my alarm for 8 o'clock, and I was up at 6:30. But I got a busy day. I got the Wolverine Single Sideband Net annual picnic up in southeast Michigan. That's kind of where that net is centered, although there's quite a few guys that get on that net from northern Ohio as well. And then I'm going to be going to see some fireworks up in Madison later tonight. So I'm going to be doing about 7 hours of driving. So got to get caffeinated, getting breakfast cooked right now. So that's how I got from the land of snow and maple syrup, as they say, and everybody enjoyed their day. Back to you there, Stefan. This is AB8MO.
AB8MO, W8WKY. We do appreciate you being here, Andy. Thank you so much. Yeah, I've known the Burnett since my first, one of my churches, Faith Fellowship Church. Same church I said a little bit earlier that my friend Jim Tonkarz is working the side stage over at the Balloon Fest today will be doing. But I've known the Burnetts for a long time. They're off of 700 right there. And they do maple syrup, did a lot. Once they put that suction hose system in several years back, they've been pulling way more sap than they had when they were doing a bucket system. And I did the bucket system with them a little bit back in the day, a long time ago. Out there in the tractor through the snow, dumping buckets in the big container and then taking it back to the shack. But now it's all done by hose and a big tank that pumps it around. But yeah, it's really cool. And if anybody's interested, they're right there. They also have the old farmhouse that they actually Airbnb. So a lot of people have been using that. Nice place. It's got a nice little A-frame. If you're driving up the hill from Burton and up on 700, you get to the top of the hill and you look to your left, you'll see a sign Memory Lake, and way down at the bottom you'll see from the road an A-frame and a lake. That's the Burnett estate. All of them are down there. Beautiful place. Beautiful people too. So thanks for being here, Andy. KF8ERZW8WKY. Terry, you're up, my friend. Great to have you here this morning. All right, I didn't hear that he was an in and out, but he was from West Virginia, so he's probably Allstar. And you didn't say he was short time, so apologize for that. But Terry, we had you on the log, KF8ERZ. Last one on my list, and then we'll do some quick check-ins because we're really close to the end of the net. K8YUQ, W8WKY. Philip, you're up, my friend. Great to have you here this morning.
Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Uniform, Quebec. Not much here. Last night, must have been 5:30, 6 o'clock. We saw the, I think it was 7 of the hot air balloons come over the River Styx Valley, and grandkids love seeing that elephant. And other than that, not much happening here. So, sending it back to you. Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Uniform, Quebec.
YUQ, we do appreciate you being here, Philip. Thank you so much for that. And, yeah, great to hear that about the elephant balloon. I've seen some of the big balloons. I didn't necessarily see them here, but I've seen them at some of the other festivals. Not, like, live, but it would have been cool to see them live. I've seen ones where they made, like, giant castles, look like a castle, pulling a little basket up, and so many other things. So it's great to see when they're working and when they're having a great time down there. So, all right, I am at the bottom of my list, and we are going to do some more check-ins. So if you'd like to check in, we're going to close this net down not too long from now, but if you'd like to check in, this is W8WKY. The call for our repeater, my call is November 8, Whiskey Bravo, making it official on the hour if you're doing a net. So you can do it. I believe it was on the hour, your personal call, if you're using a regular call. But if I was wrong, I will double check that and correct myself, but that's what it was. So anyways, long story short, if you're listening to the net, I want to say thank you to all of our listeners. Appreciate you all. And study for the test. Get your license. It's a great time. Good friend of ours, he just got his license, Doug Smith, and he's down there in LaGrange, Ohio. He just was licensed on Monday, and he's going to be getting on the air. You're going to hear Doug soon. But I think Doug is going to be joining the Norris Club. Love him to join the Sierra Club, but he lives closer to Norris down there in LaGrange. But great guy. Hope to hang out with him and do some things. That would be really, really cool. So if you're listening, Doug, appreciate you, my friend. Great seeing you and your wife and hearing the stories, and I'd love to see the location at sometime the QTH. So that would be really, really cool. All right, if you're listening to the net and you'd like to jump in, please give me your call sign phonetically, followed by alphanumerically. Phonetically, then alphanumerically helps me get it on the log a little bit easier. And then also let me know if you're short-time mobile or in. And after we're done with this round, we're going to do our friend WHCTM. He's going to close us down. But any last check-ins or any check-ins at all, please give me a call.
There. Mark and Wadford, each chat.
Mark on the bicycle.
Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo to N8 Whiskey. N8 Whiskey Bravo. Nice job on the net, Stefan, and golly, have a wonderful week. It was great talking with you, and really enjoyed it. So take care and God bless, and we'll look forward to seeing you down the road, buddy. This is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, back to WAWKY.
Also, sir, Martin Wadford, 3 chat.
N8WB, this is Kilo Echo 8 Victor Quebec X-Ray, KE8VQX, Joe in Akron.
Kilo Echo 8,
this is
Echo
Kilo
Golf Hotel.
Foxtrot 6, peace on Earth, Christian in Bass, in out.
KE8 VOX at Kilo Echo 8 Victor Oscar X-Ray Scott Vermilion in and out.
Oscar Tango CE8 OTQ Scott and Ashland. I am mobile and in and out.
Let me pick it up real quick.
W8WKY.
All right, I had a bath call, and the last call, stick around for a second, the in and out one, but I had a bath call in and out, and I didn't get your call sign. You doubled with a bunch of people. So if you want to give me that, then I'll get the last in and out.
Yes, this is Kilo Foxtrot 6, peace on Earth, Christian in Bass, in and out, 73.
KF6 POE, appreciate that, Christian. Thank you so much. And we had another in and out, and you kind of clipped off a little bit. The last one that did it. Please give me your call sign.
Kilo Delta 8 Oscar Tango Quebec.
All right, I believe that was KD8 OTQ, correct?
QSL KD8 OTQ, I just switched to EchoLink Mobile. I'm sure that's better to hear.
All right, I appreciate that. And I believe you said you were in and out, but we'll check that out in 1 second. And we had Mark on the bike. I didn't get your call sign. You doubled with 500,000 people. So if you want to give me your call sign, I'll actually throw it over to you first, Mark. So whatever your call sign is on the bike, give me that, and then I'll get our rechecks in just 1 moment.
WB0IQK, Whiskey Bravo 0, India, Quebec, Kilo, on the bike. And I just started, so we'll be out here for a while. And Stefan, it sounds like you got a bunch of people lined up here before you can clear out. So thanks for doing the net today. Always good to hear the different operators running the net here. And I'm going up a hill now, so I'm just going to start puffing and huffing here. Anyway, 73 WB's right again.
WB0IQK, we do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much, and please be safe on the bike. And yeah, we do appreciate you being here with us, and just be really, really cautious, because it's always the other guy. All right, Randy, I did hear you, and I'll get back to you in just 1 second, but let me pick up our rechecks really quick. KF8, SFS, W8, WKY. Mark for the recheck.
I just want to say I just saw a few balloons flying over water on the southwest side. And Wadford there, right where the airport is. I've seen a few of those balloons flying now. And so they're flying now. Okay? So give it back to you. QFA Surfato, sir.
KF8, SFS, we do appreciate you being here, Mark. Thank you for letting us know that. The Balloon Watch guy, the official Balloon Watch guy. And thanks for the recheck. We do appreciate that. All right, we did have WV3K. Appreciate the kind words there, Phil. And, yeah, it's always good having you on the nets in the morning. So, just to give you the rundown of who we... Radio 160, SFS with the recheck. WB0IQK on a bike. Keep pedaling, my friend. Keep pedaling. Don't fall off. WV3K, we got you there, my friend. Thanks for the recheck. K8VOX. Joe, we'll get up to you in a second. K8EVH. Kevin, we'll get to you in a moment. KF6VOE. Christian was in and out. K8VOX. Scott was in and out. And another Scott. K8VOE. I believe was in and out.
Hey, Stefan, this is Kilo Echo 8, Tango Lima Bravo, KE8TLB, Rainey and Rittman. Yeah, he's breaking up real bad. I think he was calling for me, I'm not sure, but yeah, it was good hearing you this morning, Stefan. I went up to Wadsworth to Home Depot, and yeah, there's a bunch of balloons up in the air. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, I hope you have a great day, buddy, and looking forward to seeing you Thursday in a couple weeks, I think. So, you have a great day, bro, and hope everyone has a great day. This is Kilo Echo 8, Tango Lima Bravo, KE8TLB 73, and God bless everyone. Have a great day.
KE8TLB W8 WKY, we do appreciate you being here, Randy. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, I was calling you. And thank you for coming back to me. We are going to move over to KE8 VOX W8 WKY. Scott, it's great to have you here this morning. W8WKY. Quick check. Is my signal still going out, or is there a problem with my signal? Someone want to let me know?
N8 Whiskey Bravo, WB3K. You got a good signal now, Stefan. It was 4, but you're intelligible now, and it sounds great. So carry N8 Whiskey Bravo for W8WKY, Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, clear.
All right, I hear people's signals coming in. I know it's with the repeaters doing a few things, but KE8 VOX W8WKY. Scott, if you're there, you're up, my friend.
KE8 VOX here, Stefan. Yeah, you're the repeater's in and out, and a lot of noise coming in with you occasionally there, but beautiful day up here on the lake. 74 degrees, no rain, no wind, no waves. That's all I got, Stefan. Everybody have a great day. Thanks for doing the net. Thanks for getting me in. And this is KE8 VOX, sending it back to N8WB.
KE8 VOX W8WKY. We do appreciate you being here. Thank you, Scott. And yeah, I hope to see you at some point this year. Haven't seen you in a while. KE8EGH W8WKY. Kevin, one of the friends of the Burnett's, as a matter of fact, John Burnett. It's great to have you here this morning, Kevin. You're up.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, luckily I'm here this morning. Almost had to work today and tomorrow, but worked some long hours yesterday to get everything done that needed to get done. We had a machine go down, so. But other than that, yeah, I'm gonna enjoy the weekend. We got homecoming up the street here in Troy, and gonna go see to that, do some yard work, or just mowing the grass. So this is actually, I think, the first time I've mowed. There hasn't been no rain. So, but yeah, and doing stuff around the new house. Other than that, everybody be safe and enjoy the weather. KE8EGH.
W8WKY.
KE8EGH W8WKY. We do appreciate you being here, Kevin. Thank you so much. Yeah, that should be good. Homecoming, and so we got the Balloon Fest in Wadsworth. We got the Corn Fest in North Ridgeville. That people are actually. Oh, there's probably amateur radio guys at the Balloon Fest too. I'm just saying. I'm not sure who runs the radio stuff out there for the Balloon Fest. It probably should be us, since we're on the Medina Comps, but I didn't hear anybody asking for us. We did work the fair. I did work the Medina Fair this week with a bunch of other hams. Had my car on the track to make sure people weren't going on the track during the fireworks on the closing night of the fair, which was Sunday. Medina Fair is always good. And the Geauga County Fair is coming up at the end of this month. Geauga County Fair always ends on Labor Day and starts the Thursday before that. So I'll actually be down at Geauga Way for the entire week, probably. Close to the entire week at my friends John and Cindy Krause's house. And they live in Newberry. So bouncing between their house and the fair for the time I'm down there, and then probably over to the Burnett's a couple dozen times. It depends on if there's hay to do. I might be driving the tractor. You never know. But anyways, it's always a great time being down there in Geauga County, down there in Burton and Newberry, and I used to take riding lessons down in Newberry, Ohio. Blue Lakes Farms. If you've never been there, check it out. Go down there. He's got a show this weekend, as a matter of fact. I believe. Tom Schneider and Charlene have a horse show this weekend. I was hoping to get over there, but I got church duty tonight, this afternoon and tomorrow, so I don't think I'm going to make it. But anyways, me rambling. We're at the end of our net, and I am going to send it over to W8CTM to Kerry to see how he's doing and close us. W8CTM, W8WKY, November 8 Whiskey Bravo. Kerry, you're up, my friend. You can give us that closing down ceremony, which is always a sad time, but it's great to have you here.
Good morning, Stefan, and good morning to all the check-ins and listeners out there on this beautiful beautiful Saturday morning. Going to be hot one today, but still it's a beautiful day out there. Anyway, well, all the festivities this weekend. Today is the Antique Boat Show at Portage Lakes. They'll have all the old Chris Crafts and old Lymans, and they're mostly all restored boats. They're beautiful, beautiful old wooden, like say Chris Crafts and Lymans and stuff like that. It goes from 9 till 3 today at the Harbor Inn and Picks on Portage Lakes Drive. There, they'll have all the boats down at the docks there. So that's another thing. If you don't go to the Balloon Fest or the whatever else, there's so many things going on today, and there probably will be the rest of the summer here. It's that time of year, and enjoy. Yeah, because we know what's coming in a few months here, so just enjoy this beautiful weather we're having. Anyway, that's about all I have this morning. I do want to ask everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, and do a random act of kindness. That's always a good thing to do there. So with that, I'm going to say 73. This is W8CTM, Carry at Portage Lakes. Everybody have a fantastic weekend, a beautiful weekend it's going to be, so enjoy it. So with that, I'll turn it back to NAWB, and Stephen, you can wrap it up here. And a great net. Boy, but the repeater was a little bit noisy today. There was a lot of just noise and static and everything else coming in. I don't know if it's what it is, but it was there was inner just crap. Anyway, that's all I have, and we'll turn it back to you, Stefan. W8CTM 73.
W8CTM, W8WKY, November 8, Whiskey Bravo, which is my personal call sign. Appreciate you being here, Kerry, all the time. Yeah, when my friends, Bob and Joyce Janicycle, moved from Columbia Station, I'm trying to remember. They've been gone now back to Jersey since 2020, so that's 5 years. They lived there for 10 years in Portage Lakes at the end of Turkey Foot Golf Course. That development at the end on Silk Court, right in front of Mud Lake. And Bob and I both got our ham radio license together. His brother has been a ham for all of his life, N2CYY. And Bob and I went down to the Sarah Club to get our licenses. It's funny. Many years ago. And he was KB8LIV, and I was KB8LIT. So we used to go to that. First time they moved in there, they said, oh, you got to come down. There's supposed to be this boat fest. So we went down, and we saw it at the Harbor Inn, and we grabbed food. Loved it when it was the Harbor Inn back in the day. I think it's a barbecue place now, if it's still open. I thought the last time I drove by, though, it's not open at all. At least I haven't. I've driven by a couple times, and it's never been open. So it seems like it's closed again. But it's the old Harbor Inn location. And I think Picked is closed, too, last time I was there. But, hey, it's right there on the docks. You can't miss it. There's a parking line across the street if it's open. And, the Boat Fest is right there. Beautiful boats, too, the Chris Crafts. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful boats. Wonderful wooden boats. And one of Bob and Joyce's neighbors had one of the longest Chris Crafts I've ever seen. And just down the street from where they lived off of Silk Court. And it was had a rumble seat in the back. So it had a two-person seat in the very, very, very back of the boat. So you had your cockpit up front, and then you went back about 20 feet, and back there was a seat for two people. So you could taxi a couple around the lake, I guess. They didn't have one of those curtains where you could close, so if you were smooching in the back or whatever, if you turn around, you'd see it. They should have one of those, like, curtains. But anyways, it should be a good day today down there at the Boat Fest, down at the Corn Fest north of Ridgeville, and the Wadsworth Balloon Fest. And I'm sure that if the wind's blowing correctly, you might see some balloons going over Portage Lakes. You just never know. Never know. Depends on how the wind blows. All right. One moment for time. All right, I want to thank everyone who's participated in today's net. Don't forget, breakfast at Bueller's in Wadsworth on Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. And at this time, we're going to close the net with 37 check-ins. And before I close this repeater down, I just want to give a quick call out to KF8ESF, if you're listening, Doug, and also we had another individual. And my apologies for the person our friend that got General. My logs are actually on my Mac down in the basement in my whisper room, and they're not on my laptop up here in my bedroom where I'm running the net until I can get the antenna on the roof. But I want to thank both of you for being down at the test session. And the other gentleman was from Middlefield. He's a member of Sarah, but he's from Middlefield, Ohio, down there in Jog as well. So if you're listening to me, I apologize for not having the name. I logged my paperwork for the last test session is down the basement. Other than that, 73, everyone. This repeater is Return to Normal Amateur Use. I love amateur radio. Love you guys. Love this net and all about amateur radio, which is a service of the FCC, because we are all about emergencies and helping people out. November 8, Whiskey Bravo and Whiskey Kilo Yankee are both clear. 73, my friends. Please be safe no matter where you're going today or this weekend. And we'll talk to you somewhere down the line.
Hey, you can add KC0LRM to there if you want to make it 38 there, Stefan. I didn't get a chance to get it here quick enough. Everybody have a good evening, good day.
Your call one more time. Was that KC0LRM? No, it's not. One more time.
Kilo Charlie 0 Lima Romeo Mike. Kelly here in Wichita, Kansas. A lot of times you hear me in Tulsa because I kind of go back and forth. All right, back to you.
All right, I appreciate that. Yeah, I saw the name threw me off a bit, so that's why when I first plugged it in, that's why I wanted to double check. KC0LRM, appreciate that. Kelly, thank you so much for being here from Wichita, Kansas. We appreciate you. Thank you. All right, now I'm going to shut this puppy down. Everyone have a very, very, very great day. A lot of stuff happening today here in Ohio. A lot of stuff, but I'm sure it's happening everywhere. A lot of stuff happening, yes, everywhere. So everyone have a great day, and we'll talk to you in the future. November 8, Whiskey Bravo clear.
W8WKY.